The New York Yankees just made a surprising and sneaky trade. They have just received Chicago Cubs relief pitcher Mark Leiter Jr. in exchange for 2 Yankees. We're going to break down this trade, everything it entails, and how this helps the Yankees bullpen in a great way. Welcome to Yankees Digest. I am your host, Gabby Gordon. If you're among the 93% not currently subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button right now so that you never miss a video, because that is right. The Chicago Cubs have traded one of their relief pitchers to the New York Yankees in a surprising and sneaky trade. So we're going to break it all down. This was the report from Jeff Passan, and this was before it was officially announced. He was hearing that the Yankees and Cubs are in agreement on a trade that is going to send right-handed reliever Mark Leiter Jr. to the Yankees, and infielder Ben Cowles and right-hander reliever Jack Neely will be going to the Cubs. This is a great trade here, in my opinion, for a lot of different reasons. This is the official report as well from Ken Rosenthal on X. It says that sources confirm that the Yankees are acquiring Mark Leiter from the Cubs. So the first ones on this were, of course, Jeff Passan and at KylieMCD on X. And look, I really do like this trade, and I'm going to show you why right now. I think this guy has some really good stuff, and I want to show you exactly what he's all about. Do not let the ERA fool you, and I'm going to show you why in a little bit further of a deeper type of stat in just a moment. But do not let that ERA of 4.21 fool you. This guy has consistency in a lot of aspects, but number one, he is on a hot streak. Here is the statistic here from X, from Jim Bowden on X. He has not allowed a hit or a run in any of his last 7 appearances, and he was a strong under-the-radar pickup by this team 100,000%. Look, if you look at the 36.1 innings pitched, he has struck out 53, only let up 2 home runs. That's in 39 games. You want to take a little bit of a closer look at to what his scouting report, if you will, actually looks like? You get this. He is well above average in the majority of these statistics. With the regards to fastball velocity, he's obviously on the lower end, but if you look at that whiff rate, that strikeout rate, and that chase rate that he gets, those are all in the 90s, and the 298s in strikeout percentage and whiff percentage have to be among the best, one of the best in the league for sure. He is in that high percentile. He gets a ton of strikeouts. That's something that the bullpen has not seen in the last few months or so of baseball. He also does not walk a lot of batters, and honestly, if you're looking at this for me, I'm saying this is pretty phenomenal. His xERA is projected to be 2.61. The opposing batting average, batting average, supposed to be 197. His average exit velocity, while it is up there a little bit, he gets a ton of batters to chase. He gets a ton of batters to swing and miss. I truly think this is a beautiful, beautiful trade for the reasons that I'm showing you right here. When you look at a guy who is consistently striking out batters at a pretty consistently high rate, this is something you need in a bullpen, especially for the New York Yankees bullpen that has been struggling in many aspects, more aspects than one. This is a really great pickup, and I think an under-the-radar pickup. As I mentioned, Mark Leiter Jr. was not really on anyone's radar to be going to the Yankees. There was really no information whatsoever about Leiter coming into today's trade deadline day. So if you're looking at this and you don't think he's good, I mean, the stats don't lie. Obviously, he's going to have to do it in pinstripes and stay consistent, but he's been doing it in Chicago on a team that is obviously not great at all, and Chicago has been sellers for the majority at this trade deadline, so I really think this is a quality pickup. Now, as I mentioned, if we are looking at the splits for his last few games, like I said, he has not allowed a hit or a run in any of his last 7 appearances. Now, if you look at the last 7 games, his ERA here is 0. In 7.2 innings pitched, he has struck out 14 batters, and this is just beautiful. If you look even closer at his last 3 games, his actual last game, 2 days ago on the 28th, he was in there for 1.1 innings pitched. He struck out 2 batters, no walks, no hits. Same thing with the 24th, 1 inning pitched, 1 strikeout, pretty consistent. And the same exact thing the 22nd, 1 inning pitched, 3 strikeouts. His last 7 games, he has not let up a run. I think this is why the Yankees kind of pulled this sneaky trade. It is all about consistency, and you can see this guy is as consistent as can be right now. So once again, do not let his ERA fool you here. I know it is at 4.21. I know that will deter some people from enjoying the true idea of this trade. And I know he's 33, so he is a little bit on the older side, but nonetheless, this guy is a stud. He's a consistent strikeout type of pitcher, and that's really what the Yankees need at this point. They need this consistency. They need a guy who's able to strike out batters late in games when it has to happen. They need a guy that can come in and get the job done and have a 1-2-3 inning when it matters most. Aside from Luke Weaver, you don't really have that in the bullpen, and you don't have that confidence in your bullpen to make something happen. So this is really, I think, a sneaky great move from Brian Cashman. And I know a lot of you guys are high on Tanner Scott, Garrett Crochet, and really, really padding the rest of the pitching staff. But you have to look a little bit deeper in sometimes, too. And this kind of flew by the radar 100%. This was not on my radar. This was not in my notes. This was not in the Yankees trade targets in my mind, and they made it happen. And I think this is a beautiful trade for all the reasons I've just given you. And look, obviously, again, like I said, he's got to do it in pinstripes, or it really doesn't mean anything heading into today and the excitement around this move. But he's got nasty stuff. Like, I know I keep showing it, but look at that whiff percentage at 98. That whiff percentage, he's getting whiffs and chase percentage at 92. So he's really pretty disgusting on the mound. And that's what the Yankees need, and that could really pick up the entire bullpen and pick up the entire team. I don't know. I think this is going to be good. I really do. And the stats don't lie. I'm not just padding his stats here to make it sound like a good trade or whatever. I'll tell you flat out if this is a disgusting deal from Cashman. I really don't think that's the case. I think as long as you don't let that ERA kind of fool you here, his last 7 starts should tell the story, and going without giving up a run in 7 straight games. Granted, it's only been like 1 inning pitched here and there, and if we look a little bit deeper, in his last 7 games, he has had 7.2 innings pitched, so it's not a ton of baseball out there. But to not let up one single run or hit in 7 innings, that's pretty promising stuff right there. Really promising stuff, and, none of the Yankees have a stat like that, so I'll just leave you there. As I mentioned, we're the first to this, or at least try to be the first to this, every single chance we can get. So that is right, Mark Leiter Jr. headed to the Yankees from the Cubs in exchange for 2 Yankees. I think this is a great deal. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and make sure that you subscribe, because look, I don't think the Yankees are done yet, and what's going to be interesting now is to see if the Cubs decide something else regarding Jameson Taillon, because now or what that's going to look like, because they have traded a reliever. So with all that being said, this has been Yankees Digest. Stay tuned for more. I just really don't think Brian Cashman's done yet. I think you just got to pad your rotation potentially, or pad that offense just a little bit more. So we're going to get into it as soon as we get the news. But this has been another episode of Yankees Digest, Trade Deadline Edition. I've been your host, Gabby Gordon, and I will catch you in the next one.